Okay, so I wanted to tell you, I have been doing a keto diet, and I have been writing down a journal of everything I eat, a food log in my MyFitnessPal app, so check it out if you want. But basically I just want to mention a few things about it because it's become really trendy in the last years or in the last couple of months, or all my friends are talking about it. You know how the intermittent fasting started, and then from there now everybody's doing intermittent fasting and ketogenic diet, and I just fell into it. I didn't really plan it. I was in Ibiza, I was reading about it, it sounded interesting. Ketogenic diet is very similar to Atkins, which is not that good for you, so I don't really want to do it for that long. But I was just interested, I was intrigued by the prospect, because what it is you eat a tiny amount of carbohydrates. You have some macros, which is like a map, and that will cater to your system. So according to my system, for example, according to my height, weight, all that stuff, I have to get 20% of my diet carbohydrates in this ketogenic diet, which is not a lot at all, because usually carbohydrates in my diet are about over 60%, which is too much. And that was one of the reasons why I was interested, because I was like, okay, I need to do this experiment where I see if I can actually eat foods that are not all carbohydrates, because that's not good for you either. So for me, it's being a way of weaning off that carbohydrate addiction more than anything. I don't like to get into addictions, but of course I jump from one to the other. So now I'm addicted to the keto one. And anyway, to go back to what it is. So you eat a very small quantity of carbohydrates. You eat a very large quantity of fat, but like good fats, like oily fish and coconut oil. And then that's meant to kick your system into a way of working where you will burn fat directly from your body. And that was also a big incentive, because who doesn't want to have a lean body without fat? So like right now I'm looking and there's nothing. It's great. Anyway, I'm not even 7 days in. I've literally done since Sunday. It's now Friday. No, it's now Saturday. Okay, so I'm almost 7 days in. I haven't done it super strictly, like some days I have done 29% carbohydrates, so I don't actually know if my system has kicked into this ketogenic state, because it has to kick into, and for it to kick into you have to be super strict. So I've been as strict as I could, but it's just there's so many things that have carbs that you don't even think about. Like there's fruit, of course, so I've been eating berries and cherries, which you are allowed in small quantities, but it does have a little bit of carbs. I've been drinking cashew milk, which has the least amount of carbs and calories, because you also have to be really careful with your calories in this diet. You have to keep your calories. For my system, I think it told me if I wanted to lose weight, it would have to be like 1,000, which is crazy. So I've been eating 1,200 to 1,400 and something, depending on the day, and sometimes I don't count drinks, so I'm pretty lax with my calorie counting, but I've tried to keep it within those parameters. So I don't actually know if I am actually in a ketogenic state that would respond to this ketogenic diet, and I don't even know if I'm gonna get in there. I have been tempted to buy those strips where you measure if you are actually in the ketogenic state or not, but I feel like I'm gonna feel like a failure if I'm not. But I might try it, I don't know, because I don't want to keep this up for that long anyway. It's been 1 week, and side effects that I've experienced have been pretty bad, because I got a lot of constipation, which I never get. And I've been reading that, of course, if you are in this diet and you're not getting a lot of fiber on your vegetables, which I don't eat that many vegetables with fiber, I guess, then you go through all that intestinal tract stuff, and that's not fun, because I'm always trying to be really kind to my intestinal tract as well. That's been one of the setbacks. Other than that, I haven't had that many setbacks, because for example, I'm not hungry, and the kind of stuff that you eat, because it's all protein and fat, interestingly, it has not that many calories. Like even if you eat a whole camembert of cheese, I've been eating a lot of cheese, it has not that many calories if you don't combine it with carbs. So the good thing about this diet, if you want to, for example, use it for weight loss, it's really easy to keep your calories down, because I've been eating everything I wanted, and all the proteins in the plates that you want, all the fat in the plates that you want, it doesn't amount to that much. So it's been super easy to get on the 1200 calorie mark, which usually when I eat normally, it's really hard. I really have to count them and push myself and not eat exactly every time I want to, because I'm tempted to eat quite a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a little intro of what I've done and what's been happening, and maybe after I finish or after I decide to not do it anymore, I'll give you an update of how I'm doing. But right now, what I have seen in my body, and I don't know if this is for the keto effects or just because it's been less calories, I'm really lean. I have 0 cellulite. I wish I could show you. Yeah, I can actually show you. So I'm sitting like this right now, and usually you would get some stuff here. I have nothing. My tummy is incredibly just flat and great. And I'm not one of those people that naturally gets this body. I have to eat very little to get this shape, because I tend to be a little bit curvier, which is fine, but it just bothers me. It just makes me feel heavy to have fat on my body. I know it's a bit silly, but it makes me feel like I'm lagging behind, like I'm not, when I exercise, I don't feel as agile in general. And also, I don't like to have addictions, and I'm very addictive, and usually when I eat, it's not because I need to, and it's not because I'm healthier, it's not because it makes me happier, it's because I'm lacking something psychologically, and that bothers me. So I would like to get out of that, and that's why I do all these diets, and I count calories, and I investigate, and I'm interested, because I'm not interested, it's not so much even the body image, it's that I don't like the fact that I need it, or that I'm addicted to it, or that I have to justify why I'm eating so much. It should feel natural, and to me it never feels natural. I've had eating problems all my life, first because I ate very little, then because I ate a lot, and it's just caused all kind of issues, and I don't want it to be an issue. So constantly I'm trying to forget about it by trying different things that maybe will make my system reset or be happier, or at least keep it entertained in some way, so that at least I don't have to worry about what will happen. If I know that if I stick to one thing and I count it and I write it down, at least I can relax and know that I'm gonna look good, that I'm gonna be healthy, because I know exactly my nutrition macros, I know that I'm eating everything I need to. So that's why I try diets, just so you know. And that's why I'm interested. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Talk to you later. So I forgot to say a few things about the experience that you need to keep in mind. First of all, so many things are carbs, like legumes, peas, chickpeas, beans, not only bread, but bread, potatoes, sweet potatoes, so many things that are really healthy for you, actually healthy, are carbohydrates. Rice, of course, all kinds of pasta. You have to be really mindful about what you're eating, because you are not going to be able to eat normally on this diet. Good thing about it, a lot of the things that are comfort food are just fat, and there's nothing either wrong with them or nothing wrong with them for this diet either. So you can eat as much cheese as you want, as much full fat yogurt. You can eat everything full fat, which is better. Milk, full fat milk, all kinds of nut milk, all kinds of nuts, although my body doesn't do that well with nuts. And actually I think you can't eat that many nuts either, because they also have a bit of carbs. But I think nut milk is fine because it's a low percentage of nuts. So nut milk is fine. Butter, you can put butter on everything. So it's become easy to make meals with all the foods that I could choose, that have been really tasty, because you can put a lot of butter on anything, full fat anything, sauces with yogurt, of course all the spices that you want. You can eat fish, all kinds of protein, so you can eat all kinds of scrambled eggs with cheese or vegetables with cheese. I've been eating a lot of cheese because it's the main comfort thing that this diet has, which is not so great, but okay. Yogurt, I've been eating the total 5% yogurt, which I shouldn't have. I should eat the full fat, but I just like the taste of that one. So I've been eating that with berries, really like that. And then just be careful with sugars, because sugars are carbohydrates. So you don't have to eat any sugars. The only thing you can do, I've been using xylitol, which is one of the best sweeteners. It's meant to be, it's really, really low calorie, which is good because you need to keep your calories down for the ketogenic effect. And it's also meant to be really good for your system. It doesn't spike up insulin, or it's not glucose, because most sweeteners are glucose, and that's the problem. So you don't want to eat a lot of fruit, which I'm used to eating a lot of fruit, so you can't eat any fruit other than some berries. Strawberries I've been eating, which are really low on carbohydrates and really low on calories also, so that's really good. And cherries are really low also on carbohydrates, and I don't know why people don't talk about them. They're really low on carbs and calories, so I really like cherries. Cacao, raw cacao, I can eat. So I've been making these milkshakes with cashew milk and raw cacao, so it's like a chocolate milkshake, and xylitol as a sweetener. Tastes just like a chocolate milkshake. It's amazing. So I found so many things that I liked, and that's why it's been really easy to keep up, because if I don't like a diet, I can't keep it up. And I'm not talking just diets for weight loss, I'm talking for any kind of diet. I need to like it. In general in life, I need to be comfortable with my environment, my clothes, my diet, people that I go with. I don't like suffering that much. So this diet has been great for that reason. So I've been eating a lot of scrambled eggs. You can eat prosciutto, all kinds of meat, which I don't eat that much. I eat just a few times a week. So maybe 2 times a week. So roasted chicken, really good. All kinds of meat. You can have burgers without the bun, obviously. But another idea that I really like is a bunless burger with vegetables, with butter. That's a perfectly keto dinner. Salmon, smoked salmon, baked salmon. I love eating salmon, so it's great. Just yesterday I had a dinner of cod. I went out actually. It's not hard to find in restaurants things that you can eat. So for example, yesterday we went to this fish market place, and I had the cod with a crust of some vegetable. I don't know, but it was a crust. It wasn't breaded, which is good because I can't have any bread. What else have I eaten? Tea, of course, all the tea that I want. Coffee, black coffee, so that doesn't change. Coffee with milk, so that doesn't change. It's like a really classic standard diet. Another good thing about this diet, you can do it while on holiday on very traditional places that are not that modern diet friendly. So for example, in Spain, in Italy, in France, anywhere that you go on holiday where they usually don't have that many alternatives, it's gonna be the classic stuff: cured meats, just straight up meat, grilled fish, grilled vegetables, just simple Mediterranean foods, full fat milk, full fat yogurt. You can eat all of that. It's not that easy to keep up with other diets if you're traveling, or if you're going to countries where they're not that familiar and not that friendly towards alternatives or weird alternatives, because we've gotten used to a lot of things that are not historically what we used to eat. Grains are a bit of a problem because first of all you need the fiber in the grains, and second, everywhere that's a pretty basic thing of your diet. Everything is served with bread. Rice also is a huge one, so you're not gonna be able to eat that, which I don't think I can keep that up for that long because I like it. And pasta, if you go to Italy you can't eat pasta, but you can eat mozzarella, you can eat tomatoes, you can eat, you know, all kinds of salads and all kinds of fish, so it's not too bad. you.